She tells him, ooh, love, no one's ever gonna hurt you, love. I'm gonna give you all of my love. Nobody matters like you.
Hey guys, Mosa here, and today I'm bringing you my power rankings for week 9 of the NFL. Now, without a further ado, let's get started. At number 32, we got the New York Jets, who have not been raised. Honestly, I think the New York Jets are a team that are going for the number 1 overall pick, and right now they are in the lead, as the other 3 teams, that are in the lead for also getting the number 1 overall pick are the Giants, Texans, and the Jaguars. All have 1 win only, but the Jets have no wins. That's why they're at number 1 overall right now. They just lost in a devastating loss to the Kansas City Chiefs, 35-9. Honestly, we knew this was going to happen. Now, they got a tough game against the Patriots this week. At 31, we got the New York Giants. Honestly, I had them higher. I lowered them after their loss to the Buccaneers. Honestly, I think it was a little bit horrible for the Giants to lose this game. Of course, they're not a good team. They're not going to make the playoffs, but I still would imagine they could have done at least one thing to maybe win by a field goal against the Buccaneers, but, well, you know, the Giants lost it anyways. But they got an easier game going up in Washington, so I do think that they have it easier this week. Coming in at number 30, we got the Dallas Cowboys, dropping 4. And I'm just saying, the Cowboys are trash. They are trash. They lost their starting quarterback. They lost their backup quarterback, just been placed on the COVID list. And Ben DiNucci is apparently not going to be starting. They're going with Cooper Rush. I'm just saying the Cowboys are not going to the playoffs this year. And if they do, that will be lucky. And they will be eliminated in the first round, because I don't see a win for the Cowboys in the playoffs this year after this 23-9 loss to the Eagles. Now they got an even tougher game this week against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Coming in at number 29, we got the Houston Texans, who just jumped up 2 positions. Honestly, I think the Texans are not going to be a playoff team. They're not going to be good, but at least they did something well this year by getting that 1 win. And possibly they'll get it this week after coming off a bye. They're going to be going up against the Jacksonville Jaguars. That'll be an easy team for them to snag up another win. Coming in at number 28, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars, who have stayed at 28. I see a decent Jacksonville team that's going to get a top 5 draft pick. After coming off a bye, they're going to go up against the Texans. It's going to be an easy game for either one. It's half and half. I see it more for the Houston Texans, but anything could happen in this game. Coming in at number 27, we got the Washington football team. After coming off a bye, they dropped 2 positions, and they're going to go up against the New York Giants. Honestly, I see the New York Giants as a kind of easy team, but the Giants can easily beat them as well, as that division, who knows what's going to happen. But as far as I can see, either team can win this game against the New York Giants versus the Washington football team. Coming in at number 26, we got the Detroit Lions, who dropped 10 places after losing to the Colts 41-21. And I don't see anything good for the Lions this year. They're definitely not going to be a good team. I just see horrible. And after this loss to the Colts, I'm not going to have any pity for them against the Minnesota Vikings, as the Vikings are most likely going to win. This is a very tough game for Detroit. Coming in at number 25, we got the Los Angeles Chargers after coming off a loss to the Denver Broncos, 31-30. I don't see them beating the Raiders. Honestly, they dropped 4 places, and I'm just going to say this. The Chargers are good at quarterback. They got to fix something around him. They got to build around Justin Herbert. Herbert is the guy. I just see just a bad team around him. He has had an incredible year as a rookie, and I think that he might need to either get the pieces around him to be as good as possible, or just have him move to another city. To be honest, I'd rather not see Justin Herbert be brought to trash just because the Chargers don't have the weapons or the defense to actually win games. Coming in at number 24, we got the Carolina Panthers, and after dropping 4 places after the loss they took on Thursday Night Football against the Atlanta Falcons, 25-17. I don't see anything good for the Panthers. All I see is a possible entry as a wild card, or not get in at all, because the Kansas City Chiefs are just going to roll right over them this week. Coming in at number 23, we got the Atlanta Falcons, who just jumped up 6 points. I see the Atlanta Falcons as a decent team as well, just like Carolina, after defeating them 25-17. I do see some potential in them, but they're going to have a tough game against the Denver Broncos, but you never know, maybe they could cakewalk it, but as far as I can see, it's very tough, especially with Drew Lock back at quarterback. I think it's going to be very tough for the Atlanta Falcons to win this game. Coming up, number 22, after jumping up 2 spots, we got the Denver Broncos, who just came off a win, 31-30 against the Los Angeles Chargers, and going up against the Falcons. As I said, it's a tough game for both teams, but I am more on Denver's side, mostly due to their offense being a bit better than the Atlanta Falcons defense. But who knows what could happen. But as far as I can see Denver pulling out a win. Coming in at number 21, we got the New England Patriots, who just jumped up 2 places after a loss to the Bills. I know. Why am I placing them 2 spots ahead? Well, honestly, I think they've done very good in that game, but of course not enough to win. I still think that the Patriots can make the playoffs, most likely as a wild card, but as far as I can see, I don't think they have a chance on winning the division. But they definitely have a chance this week when they go to New Jersey and face the New York Jets, which is an easy game for the New England Patriots. Coming in at number 20, we got the Chicago Bears, who just dropped 7 places after losing to the New Orleans Saints. Honestly, the Bears are still trying to push for playoffs, and I think they have a chance. They have a chance, and they're one of the teams that either will make the playoffs or will come up short of it. That's what I think. And this game against the Tennessee Titans is a game to prove it. If you beat the Titans, you most likely have a bigger chance to making the playoffs, as you're defeating teams like the Titans. The Titans are a very good football team this year, and honestly, I see them as a front runner for the AFC South. So as far as I can see, this upcoming game is key for the Chicago Bears. Coming in at number 19, we got the Cincinnati Bengals coming off a win against the Titans. And I know, why did I drop them 3 places? Because I don't trust the Titans that much. So I think that what will happen is they'll go into the bye this week, but next week we'll see what they have. But as far as I know, they are a team that will not battle for the playoffs this year. That division in the AFC North is very strong, and they'll have a very big opportunity to get a top 10 draft pick. Coming in at number 18, we got the Los Angeles Rams, who are also going into a bye week. Coming up of a loss to the Dolphins, they dropped 9 positions. And I'm just saying, the Dolphins are moving ahead, trying to get into the playoff push. And Tua is no scrub, even though he only threw for 90-some yards and didn't do that much. I think with more weapons, and of course, they might try and push for the playoffs, but I think they're going to get a mid-round pick around there, somewhere in the top 20s, top 15, somewhere around there. But Tua is someone you can actually rely on in Miami. And the Rams are just going to go into their bye, get themselves ready for Week 10. Coming up on number 17, we got the Philadelphia Eagles, who jump up 1 spot after a win over the Cowboys. They go into their bye with a good lead in the division. And to be honest, the Eagles and the football team are the most likely teams to make the playoffs from this division. It's going to be one of them two. I think it's more on Philadelphia, rather than in the Washington football team, because I don't think the football team is that good and they've been going through several quarterbacks. I think Carson Wentz and the Eagles will definitely make the playoffs as division champions. Coming in at number 16, we got the Miami Dolphins, who just came off a win against the Rams and are going up against the Cardinals this week. I see a loss there most likely for the Dolphins, but they got something in Tua, just like I said before. Tua is a quarterback that you have to build around right now. You have to build around him. There is no saying, oh, we're just trying to do everything we can to win now. No, you can't win this year. Like, yeah, you can try and push for the playoffs. You might get there as the 7th seed, but no. I suggest building the team around him and then going for a playoff push for the Miami Dolphins. Coming in at number 15, we got the San Francisco 49ers, and they dropped 3 positions after their loss to the Seahawks, and they get a tough game against the Packers, which is most likely going to be a loss. But as far as I can see, the 49ers, due to the injuries they have, I don't think that they are doing that well, especially due to the ankle injury that Jimmy G actually suffered last week against the Seahawks. I think they're going to have a very troubling time against the Packers. Coming in at number 13, we got the Minnesota Vikings, who, yes, have a 2-5 record. But after upsetting the Packers, I just think that they should jump up 13 positions. Honestly, this team might not be that good, but they, based off of just the win over the Packers, is good enough for me to say, yeah, you're a definite team going to the playoffs. No, because I am not delusional, and I'm not going to say that. As far as I can see, they'll get a mid-round draft pick somewhere in the top 20s, top 15s. And honestly, if they keep doing this, they might push for the playoffs as a wild card. Might. That's a might. I don't think so, but it's a might. They're going up against the Lions, an easy game there, and I think they can take the win there. Coming in at number 13, after dropping 2 spots, we got the Tennessee Titans after their upset against the Cincinnati Bengals. What a loss to the Bengals the Titans took. Honestly, they got the Bears. They got to win this game. They got to keep competing because the Colts are right there. They're trying to get the division title because that's the most likely thing that's going to happen. For any team in that division, you have to win the division because I don't think any team from that division is going to make the playoffs a wild card. But as far as I can see, they are battling for Indianapolis to get that wild card spot. But we'll see what they can do against the Bears and see where they go in the division as they are leading it right now. Coming in at number 12, after dropping 4 spots after their loss to the Las Vegas Raiders, the Cleveland Browns go into their bye in kind of a good situation. They are 5-3. They are right behind the Ravens and Steelers for the division, but they're not going to win it. They're most likely going to go as a wild card team to the playoffs. But I'm just going to say Cleveland is interesting this year, and they should take this bye. And then next week, in week 10, they should do something incredible. Coming in at number 11, dropping 5 spots, is the Green Bay Packers, who just came up a loss to the Minnesota Vikings and play the 49ers this week on Thursday Night Football. I think this is a game they can win easily, but nobody knows. But as far as I can see, this should be a cakewalk for the Green Bay Packers, but anything can happen. As far as I'm worried, the Green Bay Packers most likely, or what will hurt them is the defense. But if Jimmy Garoppolo can't play, it'll be a cakewalk, as Nick Mullins is not as good as Jimmy Garoppolo or the offense when it's not injured. Coming in at number 10, we got the Indianapolis Colts, who jump up 5 spots after their big win over the Detroit Lions. They go up against the Ravens, and they're going to have a very tough time against Lamar Jackson, because honestly, that Ravens offense is going to smoke the Indianapolis defense. I'm sure of it. If Phillip Rivers could keep this team in the game, I think they have a chance. But if not, there's no way. There's no way they're beating Lamar. Coming in at number 9, we got the Las Vegas Raiders, who just came up a win against Cleveland, and go up against the Los Angeles Chargers. And I think it's more of a cakewalk for the Vegas Raiders rather than the Chargers. But I do trust in Justin Herbert to at least do something for himself, because statistically it's going to be very good for Justin Herbert, but it's not going to be very good for the Los Angeles Chargers. I think he won't be able to take the win against the Raiders this week. Coming in at number 8, jumping up 6 spots after defeating the Bears, the New Orleans Saints. And honestly, they go up against Tom Brady this week, and I don't know about that game. It's 50-50 for me, but I'm leaning more on Tampa than on New Orleans. Honestly, Drew Brees and that offense has not been doing as well as expected, but maybe they can pick it up soon. Coming in at number 7, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who jump up 30 spots. And after their win against the New York Giants on Monday Night Football, they go up against the New Orleans Saints. And I'm leaning more on Tampa Bay, as I stated, but it's a 50-50 in my opinion. Tom Brady doing good, Gronkowski doing good, Mike Evans doing good, and all those guys on that offense are doing very good for the Tampa Bay offense. If they can stop Drew Brees in that offense, then it's a cakewalk for the Buccaneers, but I don't think it's going to be a cakewalk at all. Coming in at number 6, we got the Arizona Cardinals coming off of a bye. They're going against the Dolphins. I'm leaning more on the Cardinals after losing a spot. I think they can beat the Miami Dolphins, but you don't know. Tua could do something amazing and win this game for the Dolphins, but I'm not seeing that happening. I'm seeing an Arizona win here. Coming in at number 5, after jumping up 2 spots, we got the Buffalo Bills. They defeated the Patriots and now go up against the Seahawks. I'm leaning more on Seattle, but I'm actually tempted to possibly pick the Buffalo Bills, as the Buffalo Bills, in my eyes, could be the franchise to give Seattle their second loss of the year. But I think it's more on Seattle than on Buffalo. For me, it's a 50-50 or a 51-49 percentage chance that the Buffalo Bills will defeat the Seahawks, or that the Seahawks will beat the Buffalo Bills. It's very close for me. Coming in at number 4, after dropping a spot, we got the Baltimore Ravens, who lost to the Steelers, and they're going to go up against the Colts, which is going to be a most likely cakewalk. But don't say that about Phillip Rivers, because Phillip Rivers could bring this game closer than you want it, Lamar. But I think Lamar and that offense could actually take down Phillip Rivers and their Colts. Coming in at number 3, we got the Seattle Seahawks, and they jump up a spot. And honestly, after their win over the 49ers, I think they are, of course, I said 51-49 for the Bills to beat the Seahawks, or the Seahawks to beat the Bills. I'm leaning more on Seattle, but it can go either way in my opinion. Coming in at number 2, we got the Kansas City Chiefs, who stay at number 2. They defeated the Jets easily, and they have an easy game as well next week against the Carolina Panthers. They should walk over them, and I think they'll remain as the top team in the AFC West for a while longer. Coming in at number 1 is the Pittsburgh Steelers, who have not dropped in their position. They are there. And after defeating the Ravens, they're going up against the Cowboys and a 4th-string quarterback. I'm going to just say this. Pittsburgh, if you do not defeat the Cowboys by a buttload, then the Steelers are the Jets in disguise. I'm not saying that, hey, the Jets are better than the Cowboys, but if a team as good as Pittsburgh loses to a 4th-string quarterback of a team that has been losing, and to be honest, is a game away from being last in the division, I think that the Pittsburgh Steelers will drop like about 7 or 8 spots if they lose to Dallas. And honestly, I'm not thinking they're going to lose to Dallas. I'm just saying they're definitely going to win against the Dallas Cowboys. Well, that was it for this video. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Who should be higher? Who should be lower? Do you think these teams that I raised and those teams that I lowered, do you think that that was justified? Or do you think that they should have either been higher or lower than I put? Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Now, like this video if you like it, hit the subscribe and notifications if you want more videos, and I'll see you guys next time.